If they realize that they were in a cult while they were in the cult, they will tell you no. It's the other way around. Most of us, when we started learning the truth about this supposedly true religion, we were flabbergasted. We couldn't believe that we gave our time and energy and money to this cult because we did not know that we were in a cult. So don't think that people who are in a cult are stupid. They're not. They may have ended up in a cult because they were looking for something, or maybe because they were born there, but it's not because they were stupid, because those cult leaders are very, very shrewd, very smart, and they can make believe me, anyone that, that they're not in a cult. The other way around, that as Jehovah's Witnesses say, the only true religion. But, of course, many of us, thankfully, have woken up and, have discovered the truth about Jehovah's Witnesses organization. We know it's a cult, but there are many others out there. So this video is not only for Jehovah's Witnesses that may doubt still if they are in a cult or not. It's for anyone that may be starting to doubt if they are in a cult or not. So number one sign, telltale sign that you are in a cult, you are told that you cannot understand the Bible on your own. This is a big telltale sign that you are in a cult. If you are told that you can't understand the Bible on your own. There is no specific, special human being that is supposed to understand the Bible and not you. All of us have a brain and thinking abilities and are able to understand the Bible as well as anyone else. So if your religion is teaching you that you can't understand the Bible on your own, that they'll tell you what's in there, most likely you are in a cult. Number two, you are discouraged from using your independent thinking. In the case of Jehovah's Witnesses, this is very, very obvious. You are discouraged to use your own thinking abilities. You are discouraged to think independently. They even say that if you do, you are giving your mind to Satan, basically. So if you are discouraged to use your independent thinking, if you are discouraged to use your own brain and your own thinking abilities, big telltale sign that you are most likely in a cult. Number three, they make their own Bible and Bible-based literature. Okay, any religion that makes their own Bible, most likely it's because they want to insert things in that Bible translation that is added to the Bible, to the true original Bible translation, or original language, I should say. They not only translate the Bible, but they kind of make it sound the way they want it to sound. They custom translate their Bible, and also make their own literature and discourage you to read anything else, basically. This is a big sign that you are in a cult. If they have their own Bible and their own Bible literature and discourage you to read anything else, big telltale sign that you are in a cult. Number four, they put one gender above the other. Most likely, male is more important than female. We know it's the case among Jehovah's Witnesses. Men have privileges in the congregation that women will never, ever have. What they are forgetting is that if there is a God, He doesn't care about the sex of a human being, if it's male or female. For the 7th week of us being an embryo, we are neither male or female. It does not matter for the creator of the universe, for the higher force, whatever you want to call it, that we are male or female. There is no differences between male and female as far as how important we are in this world. If you kill a woman or you kill a man, you'll go to jail. Same thing. If they're going to save your life, they're not going to ask, is it a male or a female? Where should I start first? You know, there is no distinction except in cult-like cultures between male and female. So that's a big telltale sign. If there is such a distinction, which is really a low-class type distinction that come only from humans, from human beings, but not from God, that is a sign that you are in a cult. Number 5, you can't question the teaching of the leaders. In the case of Jehovah's Witnesses, big thing. Some Jehovah's Witnesses have been disfellowshipped just to challenge or question the teachings of the leaders. Big, huge telltale sign that you are in a cult if this is the case in your religion. Number 6, you can't leave freely. Now, Jehovah's Witnesses will tell you, you can leave. Of course you can. Thankfully, thousands of us have, but all of us have left something there, which is mainly our closest family members. If you do leave Jehovah's Witnesses organization, there are consequences. This is no free living. This is no freedom. What those relatives and even close family members will do if you leave the organization while they are still in, they will shun you, meaning they will not talk to you at all. They will totally ignore you as if you were dead. This is a big, huge telltale sign that you are in a cult if you are shunned by your close relatives, close family members, and friends once you leave the religion. Now, number 7, false prophecies. Most of those prophecies will have something to do with the end of the world. If your religious group has predicted one or more end of the world or ends of the world, this means that they are false prophets and therefore, as the Bible itself says, not from God, which means they are a cult. In the case of Jehovah's Witnesses, they have predicted the end of the world in 1914, in 1915, in 1975, and even other dates. And we know that never came to be true because they are false prophets and because it's a cult. So, false prophecies, very big telltale sign that your religion is a cult. Number 8, you are told not to celebrate yourself in any way, shape, or form. This is also a telltale sign that you are in a cult. In the case of Jehovah's Witnesses, for example, you can't celebrate your own birthday, the own very single day that you were born, knowing that God is actually pro-life, right? But you can't celebrate your birthday, because it's idolatry if you do. You put yourself above God just because you celebrate your birthday? Come on. This is a big telltale sign that you are in a cult if you can't celebrate such a little thing as a birthday. Number 9, you are taught to deny yourself and any pleasure that this life could bring. In the case of Jehovah's Witnesses, for example, if you decided to take one day just for you or your couple or your family, sooner or later you will hear a public talk in the Kingdom Hall saying that, why don't you use this day that you are using for yourself once a week? Why don't you use that day for God? Why don't you go out in service instead? If you are in a religion that prevents you to live your life even one day out of the week, you are in a cult big time. And we know that it's the case, the sad truth about Jehovah's Witnesses. If you have that one day for you, if you practice that one sport for you, if you try to learn that one musical instrument, anything that you will do for yourself, they will try to discourage you from doing this. This is a big telltale sign that you are in a cult. And number 10, you have to follow many stupid rules that have nothing to do with God and not even anything to do with the Bible. In the case of Jehovah's Witnesses, there are many, and I'm just going to mention you 2 or 3 here. For example, men can't wear beards, not in the Bible, not from God, not from anything, but few men that are in Brooklyn, New York. Just the stupid man-made rules that they can't even explain. Big sign that it's a cult. Another thing, women can't wear dresses or skirts that are above the knees. Another sign that it's a cult. It's not because you have a dress above the knee that it's a bad thing, right? I mean, it's not even a mini skirt, it's above the knee. It's no, can't dress like this. It's not, doesn't look good, Another big sign that you are in a cult. Another thing is you can't watch an R movie, even though the Bible is the more R-rated book you'll ever read, probably. Full of violence and sex and everything in between. The Bible is the most violent and exotic book you probably will ever read. It's more than R-rated, but you can't watch an R-rated movie, even if that movie is R-rated for maybe one bad word, or any stupid thing like that. So that's another big telltale sign that you are in a cult right there. Another thing is you can't associate with anyone unless they are one of Jehovah's Witnesses, in the case of Jehovah's Witnesses. If you can't associate with anyone outside of your cult, that means it's a cult. Because any religion that is not a cult will let you associate with whoever you want to associate with. Another big telltale sign that you are in a cult, you are not allowed to visit another church. Because if they know you did, you'll be in big trouble. Big telltale sign that you are in a cult if that happens. So I hope this helped you recognize at least some of the signs that you may be in a cult. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's not always obvious that you are in a cult when you are in the cult. But I hope you can wake up. I hope you can share this video so more people waking up. Please help us to get people out of the cults. because cults are dangerous, cults are bad for you, cults are destructive. So please help us. Help the other apostates out there. Let's get people out of the cult. And let's people get out of the Jehovah's Witnesses organization. Thanks for listening and see you on the next video.